Next edition of ABCD podcast hosted by Manu is here.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Alright, what's up? What's up? What's up?
What's up, man? How are you doing?
I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling.
Chilling?
Just working, chilling, yeah.
Working and chilling, yes.
Sir.
Yeah, so today we have Manu on the podcast, the 5th episode of ABCD. The man himself has graced the studio, or the makeshift studio at the moment. We've got a good episode coming up. We've got a really chill episode coming up. Just to let you know, everything here is being edited by the one and only Malboy Music.
Professional.
So we've got Manu, also known as Malboy Music, in the studio. Amazing persona. He's got some really good content coming up, or
some really
has
good
been some really good.
Some really.
Some, quite a few. I had like the first music rollout of. You had the first like rollout out of all of us for anything.
I did. I've been doing music since I was like 15, 14, right? So like when I came here, I didn't know if I really wanted to keep doing that because it's a new country. I wanted to try new things. So I took a break for like a year, and then year 12, I think I started making music again. And then I released Without You, which I made a 3D music video for.
Yes.
And I got people who wouldn't like post it to their stories to post to their stories, and like it got like pretty big within our college. But then after that, it went. And then after that again, I took a break and I had some unreleased songs, and I was like, all right, might as well just drop this. So I dropped that, and then finally, like I just stopped like with Malboy. Like Malboy was like over, right? That era of my phase. It's like the Weeknd, man. Like
I was about to say.
The Weeknd is over, so is Malboy. Well, like there's a new persona. It's called Sonder. So
Sondel.
Sonder.
Oh.
Yeah. So I think there's already a rap group by Brent Fires and someone else.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that when I picked the name. So I picked the name, and then so Sonder. I released funk on there, funk music.
Yeah.
But there's something else coming very soon, which I think is which caters the bigger audience.
Okay, exclusive at the end of the episode?
Exclusive at the end of the episode.
Okay.
I'll put in a little 15-second sample.
Okay.
When I actually, no, I won't be able to do that yet. It's not ready. You know what? I'll tell you what it is at the end of the episode.
Cool. We'll get back to this. Okay, so Manu, I've known him for a while now. We first met, year 10?
I don't know. No, I wasn't there in year 10.
No, I was year 10.
I think year 11. I was not there. Yeah, I got here in year 11.
Okay. So we met in...
I'm assuming the basketball courts.
Yes. No, but I think we first talked in English class.
You were in my English class?
Yes. Mr. Hollier, remember?
No way, bro. Yeah, okay. Probably in English.
I remember our first conversation was about Interstellar.
Okay, I did not remember that, but yeah, if it was me, it was probably Interstellar, yeah.
It was Interstellar, and about the genius of Christopher Nolan.
I still think he's a genius.
Yes.
But yeah, I think that was the first time we met.
That was the first time we talked, and I remember the first conversation, not the first conversation, but the first day we talked, I found out that your brother was playing for KKR.
Yeah, that's a thing. He actually tried calling me, but I was very preoccupied, so I couldn't pick up.
Wow, that is the most laid back.
I missed that. But he tried. My mom called me actually 6 times, right, back to back, and I was like, I can't pick up right now. I'm really busy, and so I just didn't pick up. And the next day I called her and I was like, hey, what's going on? Why did you call me 6 times? And she was like, he wanted to call you, wanted to talk to you, but if you were busy, you were busy. That's fine. I'm like, okay, it's fine, next time then.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just imagine leaving your celebrity brother on red, or on delivered, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really leave him on delivered. It's just I couldn't talk to him.
Yeah.
In a video call setting.
Fair enough.
That's it. Yeah.
So he plays for KKR. He's an absolute G.
He's playing for KKR. He's
played for India as well.
Played one tour for India, I think.
Played T20 World Cup as well.
Yeah.
UAE. Yes.
Yeah. He played a couple games. He wasn't too good, but he was up there.
He was up there. Look, he earned his spot, and maybe he didn't perform during the matches, but he earned his spot, which means that they know about him.
Exactly. So we met in English class.
Yes.
And then we got close through a mutual person.
Yeah.
And yeah, after that, I think we just stayed friends after that. Yeah.
Bodied me in basketball.
Yeah, basketball is it's a fun way to like bond with people, because I think me and Sujal got close because I actually like fractured his ankle through a move.
Remember that.
'Cause, yeah,
It's not
he
a
told
fond
me-
memory for the
Yeah, I was just trying to impress my girlfriend, man. And I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna like pull out some fancy moves and like cross him over, and I did, and I didn't
It
expect
worked better than even you
He
expected.
fell, and I was like, ha, I took your ankle. And then he just like, oh bro, I can't stand up, man, I need help. And I'm like, are you being serious? Like, I took your ankles that bad? And then I think earlier this year he told me that there's actually like a piece of his bone floating around his ankle because of me. And I was like, oh, whoops.
Call it the Manu bone.
Yeah.
Because I maneuvered you.
That's
Yeah.
yeah. That's the greatest move I've ever pulled in a basketball game.
Did you play like clubs or you just played
Yeah.
for fun?
So I played for a domestic club, the Waverley Basketball Club.
Oh, that. Yeah.
I played for one.
Waverley Raiders?
No, it's a Waverley Basketball Club. It's different to the Raiders.
Okay.
So I played one season, and I was placed on the team with all the newbies. So
Yeah.
like some of them had never played basketball before, or like they just learned how to play basketball. So I was like the most experienced person on that team, and I tried coaching the team. Like our coach was pretty good, but again, that was his first season coaching. Like he'd never coached before, so he took me on as his assistant coach. So I tried coaching the team and playing for the team. We never won a game that season, but I played. I had fun. Won most determined player award of the season.
There you go.
So, yeah, that's it. That's the end of the basketball side of the story.
Yeah, you low-key got me back into watching basketball. Like, I always went for the Lakers, but I didn't, like, religiously watch. But then, yeah, after we hung out, talked about basketball, you said you went for the Lakers, started going back into it a little bit. Not too much, but going back into it. And then I ended up watching the playoffs.
Yeah.
This season's
playoffs.
Lakers.
The Lakers are the Lakers, man. Like, as long as we have LeBron and Anthony Davis,
The ship stays sailing, basically.
exactly. Like when they're healthy, they're a really good team. But the fact is that Anthony Davis cannot stay healthy. Like
Street clothes, Anthony Street Clothes Davis, bro.
Yeah, that's his nickname, exactly. Like you can't like expect him to be healthy for a full season because of his track record with like other seasons. But then again, he's played more games combined than I think Paul George and Kawhi Leonard over the
Really?
last 5 seasons.
Yeah.
So, which is like crazy. Like, no one makes fun of Paul George or Kawhi Leonard, but suddenly it's Anthony Davis, and you're like, oh, he falls down, and everyone's like scared. And I was like, that is true. That is true, by the way. Like, every time he touches the floor from like a dunk or something, I'm like, bro, please don't tell me.
Don't
he's got
be
hurt.
injured.
So, yeah, no, it's as long as LeBron James or Anthony Davis are healthy, we're good. Like, we'll be fine. We'll at least make the playoffs.
When the Lakers are up and going, they're scary. And to be honest, this season, I was just happy that they beat the Warriors. Because too many people close to me go for the Warriors. And every time the Lakers beat... I mean, my own brother goes for the Warriors. So that playoff series was beautiful. The fact that we won.
Everyone was like, yeah, no, bro, the Lakers should have never been in the playoffs. There's no way they're beating the Warriors.
And then, beat the Warriors.
And no, there was no way they're beating the Grizzlies. And I'm like,
And then
bro.
Warriors, and then...
And then they're like, no way they're beating the Warriors. And I'm like, alright, bro. And then they said, no way they're beating the Grizzlies. And I'm like, alright, bro. And we did not beat the Grizzlies. So, I mean, not the Grizzlies.
The Nuggets.
The Nuggets. Right. The Nuggets.
But the Nuggets are overpowered, man. They literally won the championship.
They were crazy. Like, bro, I was watching the game. Some of them were really close. And then, like,
Blow up.
Jokic just...
Jokic is crazy.
Like, I think there was a shot he took from, like, deep 3 range on a
Contested
step
as
back,
well.
contested by Anthony Davis, where his hand was, like, nearly touching the ball. And he made that shot. Like, what do you...
It's not
what
even a
else do you
fluke as
want?
well,
Like,
because he does it consistently.
yeah, well, like, what else could you do? What else can you do against that? There's nothing you can, like... You can't stop him. Like, it's really hard to stop
So
him.
you just have to hope that he's having an off day, and that never happens.
Exactly. And you, like, try to slow him down, but that's the most you can do. You really can't... Yeah, some people like that on the planet. We just can't stop. Yeah.
He's a beast. Yeah, so I got back into my love of NBA. I never had, like, that much of interest, but I always watched it. Like I always knew what was going on. But then I got back into it a little bit more.
Yeah.
And then, so yes, you also have an alter ego, a persona of some
Yeah.
sorts that I got to know as well. Malboy Music,
Malboy Music.
the
persona.
Malboy Music persona.
Yeah.
Tell. So okay. So you said you got into music really early.
Mm-hmm.
How did you? How did you decide to go into making music?
Making music. Okay. So
Because
that's
you
like
make-
you want to know the whole story of Malboy Music.
The
Um,
origin story.
Alright, so I went to a German exchange program when I was in year 9. And there was this guy who I went with who was like really, really popular in the school for making music. Like he made music, everyone knew that. And then everyone was like, fiending over him, right? Then I was like, oh, all right, like maybe that's what I need to do to become popular because I wanted to be the popular kid, right?
Yeah.
So I started, and it was like really bad. Like in the beginning, I had no help, no guidance. Like I used this free tool called LMMS, which is like it's not really ideal at all for making any kind of music, right? So I started off with that, and then I discovered FL Studio. I released a couple songs. I spent like a lot of time trying to find people to make music with, which is a really bad idea for trying to get into music production. Like don't try to find people to make music with. Try to find people who can teach you, and try to find like time to just work on your music over and over again until like you just have something you're happy with. So yeah, I spent a lot of time just pretty much just wasting my time for like 2 years, 3 years. And then I met this guy called Alpha Hex. He's like he became pretty much my mentor for like pretty much until now. So any problem I have with music, he comes to me and helps me out. And any problem I have with like design or anything at all, like I go to him and he helps me out, and we help each other out. And now I'm part of his like core team on this music community website that we're developing. So yeah, just like I found a mentor after that, and then I slowly got more confident in my music. And then I think I used to release like really fast-paced disco club kind of music.
Yes, sir. EDM.
Before.
Yep.
And then someone told me like I should try like really slowing it down, like slow the music down to like half the BPM, right? So I didn't really halve it. I went from like 130 to 130 to like 90 BPM. And then I made Shutdown, which is the first track I dropped on the Malboy Spotify page. And then I went a little faster. I went back to 138, and then I went to like 140, and then I went to 145. And now all my music is at like 145, 160, somewhere around there. So yeah, it's just been like, how long? It's like 6 years almost of just trial and error, just working towards something that I don't know if it's gonna be like successful or not. It's like gambling almost. Like I'm taking a chance on this.
Yeah, but you're working towards something. You know, you're using something that you're good at, and you're trying to make something of it, which is really good. I came across one of your. Before this episode, I was just doing like some background research. Background research on you.
All right.
So, I was going over your Spotify, like your profile, and then your artist profile, and then I saw a playlist called Boy Selects.
Yeah, that was.
Is that music that you sampled or like?
No. So again, back then I was like really focused. I was focused on the wrong things pretty much. So like I was focused on, instead of making good music, I was focused on like promoting the music even before I finished the track, right? Which is like I was like, oh, I need to promote it right now. If I don't promote it, no one's gonna listen to it, and then what's the point of me putting all these hours in? So I looked up a lot of ways to get music promotion for free and all that, and so one of them said start a playlist, which people will come to listen to. And what I had seen from like all the artists that I follow were like they had these playlists that said something selects, something EDM, something playlist or something like that. So I just decided to put in, Boy Selects, made like simple cover art. And then I used to update it pretty much every week and have about, I think, I don't know, 15 tracks on there, exactly that. And they'd be like new music release every week in EDM, and the ones I like the most, like start to finish. And I do that every week, and that didn't really take off. So now I just leave it there to listen to like nostalgic music from pretty much my childhood. Yeah.
The art of curating Spotify playlists is almost getting forgotten. I don't know. I think it's actually a skill. when I'm bored, I like to curate my playlist.
Yeah.
Say whatever you want, all right? But I generally think that's, I don't know, it's like, it's just fun sometimes.
I made a playlist actually. It's called No Skips.
Oh, yeah?
So I intended for it to be released from, sorry, not released. I intended it for it to be listened to from start to finish without skipping any of the songs and without putting it on shuffle.
Okay.
So it was meant to flow beautifully, right?
Oh, so it's meant to, so, okay, that's good.
So yeah, I had a dilemma, like to pick out the starting track, because the starting track has to be perfect. Like it has to capture you into the playlist, and then like you have to listen to it, and you just have to keep listening, and like it's almost as if it's like a Kendrick Lamar album, you know, like he's telling a story throughout the album.
Yeah.
And you want that to be the feeling, and I would think the opening track I went with was Pride by Kendrick Lamar.
Yep.
And then it transitions to Redbone.
Yeah.
And then it goes to My Eyes by Travis Scott. Then you have
Runaway,
Money
Trees.
Trees, Mad City, Running. And then it slowly gets more hype. And then towards the ending, it like slows down again, goes to Sirens, Meltdown, A Butterfly Effect, Telekinesis. And then finally...
Until Further Notice.
Until
Nice.
Further Notice.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to give this a listen from start to finish.
Yeah, because I'm still working on it. Like every day I find new tracks, and then every day I'm like updating it slowly. So like I add some stuff. So I added some songs from Yeezus.
Yeah.
Like I'm in it and Black Skinhead. So I think those songs were pretty cool. King's Dead again. I didn't know that was a song like at all until like a few weeks ago. Like I should have known, but I found out and I added that to the track to the playlist. Yeah.
That's cool.
Playlists are like, I don't know, it's mood setting. It's almost as if like I make a playlist every time I go into a new era of my life. So I think end of high school, that 4 months of my life, I had one playlist, which I don't listen to anymore. Because I'd like...
It's over, yeah.
It's over, yeah, right. Like if I want like those memories in my head, I'd put that playlist on and I'd like flow through those memories. And then maybe the next year I have another playlist for that. So if I want to like remember last year or like just feel like I'm living in the last year, I put that playlist on and just go through that. So like maybe this playlist is like the start of another era. I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like, I know something that's getting popular these days are the playlists. Oh, I don't know if they're playlists, but just like songs that flow into each other, like the natural transitions.
The transitions, yeah.
Those ones are pretty cool, except I can't be bothered, changing the crossfade all the time. But
yeah, that is true.
But it's still really cool, though.
Those are very cool. I think I've been trying to make songs like that, where you can listen to every single one of my songs.
That would
like
be
a certain
sick.
order,
That would be sick.
Yeah.
If you did that.
That's like it's got to be very well done, because you can't just take out the first sample of the second track and put it in the end of the...
You can't chuck it together,
track.
yeah.
You can't. So it's got to be in the same key, same BPM, or at least like the transition's got to be like really thought out and really well made, and that's like a long task. So maybe the next few tracks we'll see.
Yeah, that's good. Another thing that I was curious about is, how you said that when you first started, you were looking to mainly to make music with someone, or you were trying to find people to make music with. So how did that work? So would you because I know a lot of I know some people who are like startup rappers or whatever, like they're just starting to rap.
Yeah.
They go on SoundCloud and try to get features and stuff like that. So how does that work? Did you ask, I guess, singers or rappers or something to get your samples or for you to produce their music, or how did that work?
So I tried joining a lot of music communities on Discord, and I tried like there's 90% of the time there's a collab section. So you just type it in there saying, hey, I'm looking for a vocalist for this song. Let me know if someone's interested. Or the second route, if no one responds to that, which most people won't, because nobody checks the collabs channel like at all. It's really rare. And even if they do, they're like really beginner level producers. Because even like I said, like I did, they're just looking for someone to work with instead of working on their own music. So the other thing you can do is just stay in those Discord communities. Like just join any community, like all the communities you want, and then build relationships with people. Like build relationships with it doesn't matter who it is, like producers, artists, singers, rappers, whoever you want, or whoever's available. Bring out, build up relationships with them, and then finally, like you can, like if you build a good enough relationship, 90% of the time they themselves are gonna ask you to like work with them, and then there you go, you have like another producer to work with or another vocalist to work with, or just like yeah, it's just pretty much just networking. There's really otherwise you could pay like vocalists to make vocals for you and pay producers to produce for you, but yeah, like that's it. Just build just networking, like every other aspect in life. That's your gateway to anything you want.
Yeah. No, that's cool. I don't know. I just always get this. When I thought of Malbo music and when you were starting to produce things, I was just wondering if, like, one day I'm gonna go on like a Kid Leroy song or someone's song and like do the right click on Spotify and sing Malboy music or Malboy on credits.
One day,
That'd be sick.
I want to produce for Dave, man.
Dave, oh yeah.
I want him on my track, like one day, bro. One day.
Yeah, Dave, he has that beautiful.
Dave or Sench. Or even like if I get both of them, my life will be complete. Like just producing.
You heard it here first. There's gonna be a Dave and Central C track with Malboy music production.
Dave and Central C.
What would your producer tag be? Would you have one?
One, if I get that big, absolutely.
Do you have any
right
ideas?
Now, I have no idea, man. I had because it's not Malboy anymore, right? It's Sonder, and finding something that like goes well with Sonder, I have no idea.
I reckon it would have to be like, I don't know, like a gothic sound or like, I don't know. I don't know. When I think Sonder, I think like Kratos, God of War, something like that.
See, that's what I wanted to like, really dark and really like moody, terrifying, like just dark music you wouldn't listen to on a daily thing unless you go to the gym every day.
Yeah.
But you know, there's Fiverr. Fiverr always exists. I can pay someone like $10 to make a producer tag for me.
Yeah.
So I'll see what they come up with, see if I like it. Then maybe I'll use it in some of my next coming tracks. Yeah.
That'd be good. Okay, so now we're moving on to like a little bit of a different section. So you do music.
Mm-hmm.
You also do game design right now. So, yeah. So, just explain a little bit about. So you design games. So what's the intricacies in that? Like, so what do you do? Can you just like pull up and design Mario Kart, or what's up?
That's not how that works.
Yeah,
because
I know. I'm just leading you on to the.
Right. So games. Okay, I'll just take Mario Kart as an example.
Okay.
So you have Mario Kart, which is a very complicated game if you really think about it from a designer's perspective, because there's a lot of work that goes into making it look unique, play the way it plays, and all that. So if you analyze Mario Kart from a designer's perspective, you have the character design first off. So that wouldn't have been too hard for Mario, like, or any of the other characters, to be honest, but because they already exist. So that's fine. Then you have the designs of the cars, which you have to come up with. You have to prototype. You have to design it on paper first, and then put it into 3D, and then test it out and see if it works. And then keep changing it until it becomes this perfect thing. And then you have the environments. So you have to design the levels, do all the texturing, again prototype it, test it out. And finally you have the code, which pretty much puts everything together, right? So what I do, or what I want to do, is what I wanted to do initially was environment design. So like design the landscapes, design pretty much the environment. And what I'm interested in right now is the UI UX design, so user interface, user experience design. So pretty much like the start screen, the option screen. Pretty much what like captures 90% of the game.
Exactly. I was gonna say, if the intro screen or something isn't wet or isn't good,
Yeah.
I wouldn't feel compelled to play, even if it has the best graphics, best design ever.
And the intro screen especially has to capture the feel of the game.
Yeah.
So if you look at like Outlast, like I would never touch that game first off, because the intro screen itself is like, it just looks menacing, right? I would not ever touch that game. And then you have like God of War, which is like, it just looks beautiful. You can just see, like you can see the inspiration behind it. You can see the way I don't know how to explain it. It's like you can feel the way the game is, like the game is. So yeah, the menu screen pretty much captures the game, and then you have the option screen, which is like all of these UI UX elements have to be an extension of the game and not separate things. So if you can't have them be an extension of the game, like it's not gonna feel right. It's not gonna feel cohesive. Yeah.
True. No, that's pretty cool. So another thing I wanted to ask, so you've got your music, you've got your producing, that sort of stuff, and then you've got your game design. Do you ever plan to tie those two together somehow?
Hopefully one day, because right now on any group projects I have, I always do the sound design, and I'm doing sound design as an elective in uni as well. So maybe one day I can work for a company that, where I can do sound design, or if not, I'm still happy keeping it as a hobby. But as time goes on, I think I'll spend more time with that hobby, and then, just do it for fun. So hopefully, and then if it blows up, if it goes big, it goes big. If it doesn't, I'm still happy with that.
Yeah. Because you have the skills on both things. You could just like connect it and make it one big thing. Because a lot of people, I feel, they have strengths on one side and maybe not as strong as the other. But then you've got, you have the capability to make one big, complete project almost.
Yeah, but the thing with employers is like, okay, I'll ask you this question I was asked, right? It's like, if you were to hire someone for any project of your choice, and you were using one set of code, say Python, right? Would you hire someone who's like super specialized in Python, or someone who's dabbled in Python and dabbled in like C++ and dabbled in C Sharp and dabbled in Java, or like which one would you hire?
And the project needs Python.
Project of the Python based project.
Yeah, then probably the person
who specializes in Python. Exactly. So same ideology with like employers now.
Yeah.
Is like they want people who are specializing in one specific thing.
Yeah.
And if you're really good at it, and if you are as good as you claim to be on it, then obviously you're gonna do well on the job. So like that's why I was thinking of environment design, and it's a very like big field to go into, because a lot of people can draw, a lot of people are doing design, a lot of people want to do environment design, and then there's UI UX designers who again like a lot of people want to do, but like there's things that make you unique in UI UX that you can't really do in environment design, because environment design has to like adhere to the project brief, right? It can't be, you can't throw in your own touch in it. Or maybe you can, but like UI UX design is like what I'm doing right now is I'm developing a portfolio by myself. So I'm designing a whole website where pretty much showcase everything I've ever done, and I'm making it super unique to myself. So I asked my friends about 3 words to describe me, and they gave me like, I got like 12, 15 words, and I just tried to like put this into Google, find out what colors correspond with those words, and then finally came up with like 5 colors, which I decided would be like how you would see me if I was based off of only colors. And then you have words like keywords, you have things like that, which obviously make you super unique. So yeah, like environment design maybe is not for me, and maybe UI UX is, but then again I have 1 more year of uni left to decide.
Yeah, time. So creative. I was just listening there going, whoa. That's
So
cool.
I'm just rambling, bro. I don't even know if what I was saying was true.
That's the point of this, man. The point is to digress and talk about stuff randomly. No, that's cool. It all sounds really interesting, and I can't wait for this to like culminate in a project or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the portfolio is gonna like really be good, because the Google course that I'm gonna do is gonna give me like 3 portfolio ready projects as well. So
it'll help you. Yeah.
hopefully, yeah, and I'm hoping to get a full-time internship this break as well.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So, one thing I wanted to ask you. So you're in the. Do you remember, like, I don't know, something small, or like the first ever small game or something you made?
A small game I made. I think I think I was doing a course in 2020 from Michigan State, because at that point, it was 2020, 2021, somewhere around there. So pretty much just when I moved here, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna do games design. That is my final like choice. I will do games design no matter what, because I'm not doing engineering, I'm not doing medical, I'm not doing law. I will do design, and which type of design? Games design, because I've been playing games since I was like 3 years old. So yeah, I did a course from Michigan State, um, online, and I got 3 certifications, and I made 3 games.
Shout out Coursera.
Coursera, Coursera is the place. But
Yes.
yeah, those are the first 3 games I made, and then I. I've been designing this one game for a very long time. Like, this idea's been in my head, so that's gonna take some time. But I'm not working on it right now. But maybe I'll work on it later. And then me, Alex, and Sam actually have this company, which is primarily based on like video games. So
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
gonna release a game hopefully next year,
Oh,
like early next year, and then release another one probably the same year, and then finally release the big AAA kind of game in the next few years. Maybe we'll see. But yeah, those are the first few games are always like the hardest to make, and then it just you have the work,
because you're building a brand right there. That's where you're starting off.
and then you just pretty much get the workflow in your head, and then yeah, like after you get the workflow, everything becomes easy.
True. That's cool. You're gonna be the face of game design soon enough.
Hopefully,
Face of game design, face of music. What are you not
multifaceted.
doing?
What's the word? Multifaceted human being.
You never know. Bro could join the NBL or something as well. You never
That
know.
was the dream when I got here, man. I thought I'd make it to the league, but not tall enough, not agile enough. I don't want to put in the work. It was like, I don't want to work out 2 hours, 3 hours a day, bro. I mean, I still did it. Like, I still worked out for a day. I mean, for an hour a day, I think for like 6 months straight.
You know what? If I had the gym that you have, I'd be motivated. Like,
The gym I have.
well, I mean, look, I went to your gym that one time. I don't know if I even worked out there. I just saw your gym, and you've got like the city view and
See,
everything.
I've got the views.
Yeah.
But like the equipment. What is the equipment?
Or is the equipment not great?
No, there's no barbell. there's the machines. Everyone pretty much like. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
So you just like. They make you rely on machines instead of actual workout equipment, which is a little like not how you're supposed to. It's not gonna hit every muscle in my body, right? Like, I don't have a dumbbell. I don't have barbells. I don't have benches. I don't have like most of the gym equipment that I would need if I was gonna work out on a daily basis. And I like the nearest gym to me is in Melbourne Central. So I have to pay a fee for that every week, and then travel there. And travel's fun, and then get there, get back, find a time in my day to go. All that becomes like really complicated, but that still like it doesn't stop me. I still go to the gym like 3-4 days a week, keep myself in shape, or whatever shape this is right now. But yeah, I'm not gonna get fat.
Let's go.
Not anytime soon.
Grind. Yeah, I guess that's the price sometimes you pay for convenience.
Yeah.
I mean, with the gym being right in your place, sometimes they don't. But the place is sick, bro. I mean, you've got a gym facing the city. I just imagine you doing weights, like putting the Batman music, just looking out at a dark city.
That was a phase.
I remember that face. I remember that.
Yeah.
Every time you pass a dark alley, just put the dun dun
Exactly.
dun
'Cause
dun.
I watched the Batman. I was like, oh, I'm gonna watch this movie 100%. I love Batman, right? So I took Alex, who I do movie reviews with, by the way.
Yes.
Some people I've heard depend on those movie reviews to actually go see movies. But we watched the movie, and I was so like
Impressed.
astounded.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, oh my god, this is like the greatest movie I've ever seen in my life. And that theme just kind of stuck in my head, and the car chase scene, and I was like, wow, this is like brilliant, right? Like, I would never have expected this at all. So that was just like you know how people say new personality dropped? That was my new personality for like what 5-6 months.
Ooh.
And then it just dropped off, and then I just existed at that point. And then Oppenheimer dropped, and I was like,
And now you're.
damn. It was beautiful because the first time I watched it in 70mm screening, which is how Nolan intended it for it to be watched. I watched it, and by the halfway point, I'd forgotten that there were people sitting next to me, and I was just so into the movie, right? And by the end of it, like, I didn't realize I was crying. and I had tears flowing down my like face, and I was like, wow, this is beautiful. And then, yeah, just like I snapped back to reality, and I turned around, and I was like, oh my god, there's so many people sitting next to me.
Yeah.
I did not realize, and that was just like phenomenal.
The moment for me where I was sweating, there was so much tension, was when they were building up to
Obviously, the
test the bomb.
explosion. Yeah.
That was. I've never felt anything like that in cinema. That was crazy.
The first time I watched it, I remember it went off, and I just like caught my breath. Like I just didn't breathe.
Because I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah, and I was like, I thought it was gonna be really loud, so I was bracing myself, and then it just went quiet, and I was like, oh my god, okay, what's going on? And then he started breathing, and I just like matched my breathing to him, and then he said, "What? I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." And then the explosion hit, and it was also beautiful.
Yeah. He wasn't. Nolan wasn't lying when he said you could feel that. You could feel the impact.
Especially in IMAX.
Yeah.
Bro, you felt that. Like you felt this, like the seats shake.
Oh.
I think but the first time I felt the seats shake was when I watched the Batman, right? So I think I watched the Batman for the first time in IMAX as well. And there was there was a scene where the car like starts up, and it just like in the beginning.
I remember that.
I didn't know what was coming. Right? I hadn't watched this movie before. I didn't know what was coming, and you just hear this like whine in the background, and then you're like, what is that? Like, is he like launching a nuclear bomb or something? Like, is he like throwing a rocket launcher at Penguin? Like, what's going on? Like, and then it pans to the car, and it's just sitting there in this dark alleyway, fully symmetrical, just sitting there, and then you see the blue flames like bump out the back, and then it revs, and then I remember because I thought it was cold because I was like shaking, right? I felt myself shiver, and then I realized I wasn't shivering, like the seats were shaking, and it was like that's the moment that made me fall in love with the Batman.
Yeah, Batman was beautiful. The first movie I watched in gold class.
Yeah, no, that was 100%. I watched that movie 4 times.
4 times. I was about to ask, how many times did you watch that in the cinema?
I watched that movie 4 times. I watched Oppenheimer twice.
Yeah, Manu is the king of watching cinematic masterpieces more than once in cinema.
Absolutely. If
Like
it deserves
double, triple watches.
If it deserves a second watch, I'll watch it twice. If it deserves a third watch, I'll watch it thrice.
What's the max that you've watched a movie in the cinema?
It'll be the Batman.
Batman 4 times.
4 times.
Yeah.
I was hoping it would be Oppenheimer, but tickets are gone. Like I really wanted to go to IMAX again.
Yeah.
But then there's no tickets for like till like the end of this month.
It's been what, booked out?
Booked out, fully booked out till the end of this month.
That is mad.
Which is crazy, yeah.
Wow.
We're really lucky we even got tickets day one.
Yeah. In IMAX.
Yes. Yeah.
We got it easily because Village Cinemas, but
Village Cinemas, like I could have got it in Hoyts. I could have got to Village Cinemas, but like I wanted to go IMAX and nothing else.
Fair enough.
So yeah, we got the tickets.
That's
It was okay seats. It wasn't ideal, but we got the seats. We watched the movie. It still gave me an experience of a lifetime.
That's sick. Yeah. Speaking of tickets, to round off this episode before the special announcement from Manu, secure the weekend tickets.
I will secure the weekend tickets.
You should try tomorrow, general sale, but...
What do you think about Utopia? We didn't talk about Utopia.
Oh, yeah.
Utopia is like...
If you listen to last episode, I like fully went into it with this.
I heard that.
Yeah,
I heard that.
We had a very good... It's definitely album of the year so far.
100%. When Metro dropped Superheroes and Villains, I thought that was the album of the year.
Yeah,
and then
just firmly trumps it.
Like, wow.
I mean...
See, but Drake's dropping For All the Dogs as well.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. I don't know what to expect from that. But My Eyes, Telekinesis, Sirens. I mean, there's so many songs that just I listen to and it just changes my mood right there. Like, I'm listening to it. That's why I don't really like listening to it when I'm studying or doing something important, because it just completely changes my mood entirely. The music production is so good. I mean, just for an example, like Meltdown, towards the end of Meltdown, like his voice almost sort of melts away at the end, and then there's like I don't know how to call it, like just loud, almost the silence is sort of loud towards the end. It's just, everything is perfect.
Like Vitus said, some of the tracks didn't sound finished.
Yeah, mixing. He said mixing.
Yeah, the mixing didn't really do it justice, because I think one of the songs,
like SZA came in really loudly in one of
It's not just that. I think that SZA part was beautifully done, because I think it was like tasteful.
Okay, yes.
Personal opinion, I think it was done purposefully, because that voice is angelic, right? And it just like, if you're thinking about the journey to Utopia, right? Like, it's the beginning, he doesn't know where he is. It's the ending, he's at Utopia.
Yeah.
And I feel like Telekinesis is the track where he ascends into Utopia, and SZA's voice is just that point where it's like
Stairway
he's hit it.
down analysis.
So yeah. So that's the point where he hits it, and then there's still further notice. It's like, okay, you're at Utopia. Where are you gonna go now? What's the move? Where are you gonna go? So yeah, like I remember listening to it on the Discord call with Keanu and Alex, and we had no idea who the features were. Right?
Yeah.
We were just listening. We heard it. Then we heard Meltdown. No, not Meltdown. We heard Sirens. We're like, damn, this track's cool.
And
This
then you
track's
had the
cool.
end with the.
We heard the ending. We didn't really think about who it was. We're like, oh, it's probably just like someone he's hired. Probably from like a movie scene or something. I don't know, bro. And then Meltdown started and Drake just went, yeah, and we went crazy,
Yeah.
bro. The amount of hype in that call I've never experienced before. And then Fiend came in, and then I didn't realize it was Cardi the first time I heard it. Because you don't hear Cardi like that. Like Cardi's high-pitched, high voice. But then he had this deep voice. He had, except the Fiend part. But Fiend was amazing. I didn't really realize how much My Eyes was, like how beautiful
It was so beautiful. It was so good.
Like I'm still like not a fully into the first part,
Yeah.
but like the second.
I'm willing to allow it for the second part. I'm willing to
second
allow
part
it.
is beautiful. Like there's a line I think he says the green and
The
yellow
Kylie Jenner
eyes
thing,
is
yes.
telling. And then again, there's the if they just knew what Scotty would do to jump out the stage and save him a
Yeah.
child.
Yeah.
Like that song is like the reflection of everything that's gone bad in his life, and it's like
True,
beautiful.
true.
It's wonderfully well done. But yeah, that's Utopia.
That's Utopia. It was
Special announcement. Special announcement.
Oh, here we go. This is the moment we've all been
Alright,
waiting for.
alright,
this
alright.
episode.
There is a new EP coming out sometime, hopefully in the next 2 months.
Okay.
It is a rap EP. I haven't thought about it yet, but I will maybe be rapping on it. I've got a vocalist who I've worked with for an assignment before. He was very happy to do the vocals. It's got 3 songs. One of them's almost like Kanye, like I want to say, cause I don't know, like it's got like those vocals in the beat. It's got the drums, and one of them's just straight like it's like My Eyes. I was inspired by My Eyes, so I think I made one of them like start slow and build it up to become fast, and the intro is just like it's inspired by Jid. So yeah, rap EP
Rap EP coming out. Sonder produced.
coming soon.
Coming soon.
Sonder
You heard it
produced.
here first. That's gonna be sick. Can't wait for it.
Couple months, promise.
Yes, sir. He means business with his EP. Let's go rap. So you're delving into new territory here. That's
Yeah,
cool.
rap is like, I mean, I've made beats before, but
This is
nothing
gonna
of
be
an
cool.
album,
Yeah.
so or an EP actually. So, yeah, this is gonna be new. I want to see how people like it.
They'll like it.
If they like it, I'll keep going with the rap thing. And me and him will keep making more music. But yeah, it's like very new. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, we'll see.
That's gonna be good.
2 more months.
Yep. I'll wait for it. Okay, so we're pretty much gonna wrap it up there. Thank you so much for being on this episode. It's
No
been
problem. Thank you
been
for
really-
having me. I've been begging to get on since the first episode, and I'm finally here.
It's fine here.
Yeah.
It's been good to learn more about you actually through this game design and music producing. Like I knew quite a bit about it, but we went into more detail, and it was really cool to get to know the intricacies of what you do. It was really cool. But thanks so much for being on. Is there anything you want to shout out?
Anything I want to shout out? My music page, SONDXR, Sonder. That's on Instagram, so it's Music by Sonder. I've got shout out to all the boys. You know, we're gonna be listening to this in like Alex's house or something,
Yeah.
and we're gonna be laughing at what I say, but you know, it is what it is. Yeah, that's about it, bro. Shout out Tejas making this podcast. Yeah, that's it. That's all my shout outs.
Cool. Thanks, man. Thanks for being on, and see you guys next time.
See you guys next time.